Hey everyone, how's everyone doing today? Happy Tuesday. Oof. It's been a little warm in Seattle recently, but it's good to get some sun into the system. Let's see. Right now, looks like we have around I think 9 people. That's fine. It's a bit less than what we usually start with, but I'm fine with starting with a small stream. So today we are going to be building the Sunsetter by, I don't really know how to say this. I think it's Charue Design. They are a relatively new player in the hobby. This is a 65% keyboard here. Let's see. Hi everyone. Hey. Wow, it's snowing where you are. Where are you at, Joey? I guess you're somewhere probably far away from the United States then. Let's see. So why did I? Maybe we'll how about this? Let's take a look at the product page first. Let me change this real quick. So the Sunsetter, in case y'all don't know, it's a 65% board with a 2-column macro row on the left side here, and the very infamous 2U blocker for absolutely no reason. I thought that was quite charming, and I really had no reason to buy this other than I just want to support them, and I thought I don't really have a keyboard of a column row, macro column, so it's pretty cool. Oh, you're in Michigan. Wow, I didn't realize it was that cold in Michigan still. Cool. And let's see. So this folder right here, I'm essentially gonna be building this. It's gonna be a black Sunsetter with GMK Dots. I've had GMK Dot boxed up for quite a while now because I just had like no keyboard to put it on. So that's where it's gonna go today. Alright, let's go back down to the top-down camera here. Alright, let's open up the box. I managed to be quick enough to get the #1 black color. So the group I ran in 2 colors, black and white, 100 each. The black was, I believe, $390, and the white was $400. We'll put this to the side here. Let's see, we have a goodie bag, and in this goodie bag we essentially have, let's see. We have some stickers. I heard these stickers are used for something about the badge. Maybe we'll dive into that later. There are some gaskets. This is a gasket mounted keyboard, so I'm assuming this is what the plate is going to be mounted on. And there is a single LED here. The PCB supports a single LED on the caps lock, I believe, so that's why that's there. I won't be using it because I don't really care for having LED on caps lock. Oops. You get microfiber cloth. Let's take a look at this. Oh, you get two of them apparently. Let's see. I think it's just their logo. Yep, it's just their logo here. It's pretty nice. I like it. There we go. Put that off to the side. Some screws and an Allen wrench here. A couple of stickers. Which one you guys like? I like this ghost with the party hat. At least it's a ghost. I'm not really sure what it is, but it's pretty cute. I like it. And I believe this looks to be like a build guide. Yep. And I don't know about you guys, but I actually do like reading instructions, so I will definitely be referencing this as we build it. When this group buy ran, let's see, I have it in my notes here. So I ordered this on October 24th, 2020. That was the first day it came out, and it was delivered in April 10th to me. So it took about 5.5 months for it to be delivered. It was stuck in customs for like 2 weeks in California, so it could have been delivered faster, but overall about 5.5 months, which I think was pretty good. The group buy experience was actually pretty smooth. There was just constant updates in the Discord server, and overall I had no complaints. Let's take that out. Put this aside here. Okay, let's take a look at this first. This comes with a polished brass plate, which I will not be using. I bought an extra palm plate for this build. But if you didn't buy extras, what you get is this polished brass plate, which is this is nice. I don't think I've had a polished brass plate before. I definitely have bought keyboards with a brass plate, the SP111, which I also did not use the brass plate for that. But here, this is what that looks like. Super shiny. It does include some plate. It's not foam. I guess this is really plate. It's a gasket. It's a plate gasket here. It's a piece of rubber. Let me see if I can get it to focus here. It's not. I will say it's not like the best looking gasket I've seen. Some of the cuts seem a little rough, but overall, I mean, like, I'm not gonna be looking at it, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah. And this is the PCB. I won't open this PCB because I actually already have opened one of the PCB. I cheated a little bit for the stream because, I mean, soldering while having people watch you is already kind of stressful. Soldering mil-maxes, which I wanted to do, is a big pain in the butt. So this is what the PCB looks like. With the sun, got a sun theme going on here. We'll see what the back looks like. It's just a sunsetter. It's pretty nice. It's a white PCB. And I used the, was it 7305 mil-max socket. So the group buy didn't had the options for a hotspot PCB, which I thought would be a great chance for me to go ahead and mil-max a PCB just because I've never mil-maxed before. And yeah, mil-maxing is a huge pain because you don't want to get solder into the sockets, right? But just look how short these sockets are. So if you're gonna be mil-maxing a PCB with the 7305 variant, which is the shorter variant, definitely highly recommend getting thinner solder. I was soldering with my 0.03 inch solder, which I usually for switches. I had to buy like a 0.02 inches, which is about was it like 0.5 or 0.5 millimeters or something. Anyway, just the thinner solder just made it a lot easier because I was just getting solder into a few sockets and it was getting kind of painful. But we'll put this off to the side for now. We won't be using these. Let's go ahead and take a look at the case first. I mean, it won't be anything too interesting. It's a black metal rectangle essentially. Okay, let me just take this out. Ooh. All right, so it is a 2-piece case. Let's take a look at the top piece first. Here you go. Oops, can't get it to focus here. Let's see. So this is where the front badge is going to be. Hey Muck, how you doing? So the sunsetter comes with, I believe, like a red or bronze badge. I honestly can't remember anymore. We'll take a look later. But yeah, 2 choices of colors for the front badge here, which is a sun. I'll just put that to the side here. And here is the bottom part of the case. So I'm seeing that there are little square points here. So this is where these gaskets are gonna go, right here. I'm not sure what these longer ones are for. I guess we'll figure it out as we build it. I'm just, where am I moving? That's Aaron. I'm just moving to a different part of Seattle. Just because I am going to be moving in with my significant other, and we just needed like a bigger place. The place I stay at I'm in right now is actually like pretty big. It's a 1-bedroom plus den, so this is the den area. But since we're both working from home right now, and for the foreseeable future, she will be working from home while I may return to office, it would just be nice to have 2 separate bedrooms, just to not get distracted by each other's working hours and things like that. So just moving into a townhouse. I'm in an apartment right now. I'm looking forward to actually staying in a townhouse because I've been staying in an apartment for a while, and I miss just like opening the door and it being outside, because now when I open the door I just see the hallway and I gotta go to the elevator or the stairs, and it's kind of a pain. Let's see, this is the back, so this is where the back weight is gonna go. Nice and okay. Let's take a look at the ano here. Don't really have, I mean it's black, that's all I can really say. Oh, what happened to the focus? I've noticed that, so I have this new Tamron lens. I've noticed that it has a hard time focusing on black keyboard stuff. It had a hard time focusing on the black Bakaneko. So there we go. Okay. Yeah, I mean, overall I think it looks pretty good. I'm not sure if you guys can see this on camera, but it seems some like streaks. I wonder if I can just kind of rub these out. Stick a microfiber cloth. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it's slowly coming off. I'll just give it a good rub later. There seems to be some streaks, maybe from the plastic and things like that. Let's see, are there machining marks on the EXT? I'm not sure. Oh, the exterior. Let's see if there are any machining marks. I don't think there are. Using a hard time trying to focus on black. Oh, okay, there we go. I'm not seeing any sort of machining marks on the exterior, which is always a good sign. Let's see if I can get the focus on this side. Okay, there we go. Oh, and it lost focus there. But overall, I am not. Oh, that's my sweat. It is warm. Let's see. Okay, well, having hard focusing, but just with my eyes here, I'm not seeing any sort of marks on the exterior. So that's great. I'll put this to the side for now. Let's take a look at the badge options. And maybe y'all can help me decide on what badge I can use. But we'll take a look at the back one first. The back weight. This is a 65% keyboard with a 2-column macro column on the left side. So not quite full size, but it definitely has plenty of keys to make it pretty close to a full size, but you won't get that that format at all. Or layout, traditional layout. Kind of noisy. Let's see. Okay, this is the back weight. So the back weight is a 2-piece back weight actually. So the sun goes in here. There you go. That's the well, no, it's the back of the back weight. So nothing there. Oof. Let me try to find a safe place to put this. There we go. Okay, and this right here is the second part of the back weight. So let's see. Okay, so that's what that looks like. I believe it just, yeah, so 1 second. Let me just plop this in here for y'all. Okay, and that's what that looks like. So it kind of blends in with the weight, except now that the sun is polished, while the rest of the weight is probably sandblasted. Leave that upside down for now. And I have 2 choices here for the front badge. If I can get them out, I just kind of pushed it more into the foam. Okay. Oh wait. I have 3 options. Let's see. Let me just grab these out. What color do y'all think I should use for the front weight with, the front of the case with GMK Dots? So we have a red badge. Come on, camera. Red badge, a polished brass badge, and an orange badge. What color do y'all think? Let me know. I'll put these off to the side for now. But I think I'm leaning towards maybe the orange one, the color ones. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Any tips on Band-Aid modding? I searched some tutorials, but a bunch of different methods came up. I don't Band-Aid mod anything. I just don't think there's a huge benefit for Band-Aid modding, so I can't really give any tips there. But as far as I know, you just need like I didn't know there was different methods, because I thought it was just like, you know, some piece of fabric with adhesive and you just put it on the PCB. So I'm not really sure what you mean by the different methods there. Let's see. Hey, will I join the Salvation? I mean, I already have so many keyboards. I'm not gonna join it, quite honestly. But let me just like take that question as, would I join that group buy if I didn't have so many damn keyboards? Honestly, I would. I probably would, just because, one, it's run by Novakey, you know, a pretty trustable vendor. Two, the mounting style seems interesting. I would probably, if I was earlier in my keyboard collection, I would probably buy just to try out the mounting style. So yeah, overall, I would have probably joined it, because the pricing is not, I want to say like too crazy, because was it like $300? That's like mid-range-ish. If it was like 400, 500, like was it the box 75 and stuff, I wouldn't have joined it. That's kind of too much for me. Yeah. Okay, let's put the box away for now. Oops. Okay. Where did I put that palm plate? Oh, here it is. I haven't showed you guys yet, but I'll be building this with the palm plate that I bought as an extra here. Nothing too crazy to say about it, except that it's a plastic plate. I like the palm plate. I like the plastic plate because it gives you a bit more of a flexy feeling, and it helps with the kind of like a somewhat deeper sound profile. And it came with the extra metal gasket. But before we do all of that, I need to show you guys the stabilizers. So the stabilizers that I'm going to be using, and I'll be modding these on stream because I haven't done that yet, are the OA stabilizers by like Wuchui Studios. So these ran on Canon keys a while back, I think like earlier this year or something like that. And they were just made to match the OA switches with the transparent aqua housing. And they claim to be less rally than the, leading competitors, which was essentially, you know, Duroc. And apparently they're supposed to help with the wire popping out, because on my Duroc V1s on one of my keyboards, the wire does tend to pop out if I were to remove keycap. Apparently these do a better job, but that was before Duroc V2s came out. I haven't tried V2s yet, but overall, I don't expect these to be like anything like super amazing. I expect them to be on par with Duroc switches, essentially, is my expectation. But it is nice that they came with some plastic washers for the PCB. And one note about a group buy for these stabilizers is that they came with updated stems because there were some issues with the old stem. I threw away all the old stems, so these are the new stems here. And I believe with the Sunsetter, what I need is three 2Us and one 6.25U, because the right shift is a shorter right shift. So let's go ahead and get these out here. And I'm going to be using the same lube that I used for the back of nickel build. You guys saw that? 205G0 for the housing, and the Krytox BDZ lube for the wires. And I bought this one from 3D Keebs. And I'm gonna be using gloves because I don't like getting lube all over my hands. And in case you guys didn't know, if you're considering using this like thicker BDZ lube, you definitely want to get a separate paintbrush for this, just because, ooh, it's kind of bright. Let me see. Come on. Okay, it's a little bright. It is very, very thick, and you can kind of see like the leftover residue on this paintbrush here. It's just easier just to get a new paintbrush. Don't reuse a paintbrush that you're already using for other lubricant. It's a pain. But let's put this to the side for now. And I'm going to get 1, 2, 3. These are for the 2U stabs. Oops. And this is for the spacebar stab. I am going to put the rest away. Okay. So 3 2U wires, 1 6.25 wire, 1, 2, 3, 4 stems, and I should put away 2 of the screws here. Cool. Alright, let's put on the gloves and start lubing these stabilizers. The board is off to the side for now. We just unboxed it. It is the Sunsetter. You can kind of see part of the case over here. I'm going to lube the stabilizers first, and then we will go into the board. Let me know if you guys had any questions about anything. Like, for example, is anyone going to be joining the Bakaneko drop that's happening, I believe, tomorrow, actually? Does anyone have any questions about that? Yeah. Ooh. Palm is a material. I don't remember what it's short for, but it's a different plastic material, and PC is generally polycarbonate, which is another plastic material. So usually for plates, they come standard with like aluminum or bronze plate, and extras are usually like a plastic material like palm, PC, or FR4. FR4 is the same material that's used for making PCBs. Let's see. I want to join, but I made a promise to myself. Memento will be my first O-ring board. Okay. I haven't actually looked at the Memento, so I'll take a look at that. Let's see. I'm getting the Bakaneko tomorrow. It will be my first custom ever. Nice. I think it's a great starter custom. I guess I don't know. I guess if y'all seen my videos, you got my thoughts already. But like, honestly, for the typing experience that you get out of the Bakaneko is definitely more on the higher end of things. And even if you already have a bunch of keyboards, it's honestly just a very nice and expensive way to try out the O-ring style, which was only on the Unicorn, and that's like pretty hard to get these days. So overall, I really think it would be a great choice as your first starter custom. For me personally, I wish it just came in 65%, because I just love having arrow keys, because I actually use them very often, and I'd rather just have them just be a physical arrow key, not have to worry about layers and stuff. What is the deepest sounding plate? That's actually like kind of a hard question to answer, but from what I understand, and I can be totally wrong, I found that brass can actually give you a deeper sounding keyboard, because like a denser material or something. I've heard of people saying that it gives more of a clacky sound, but that's not. I mean, I have pretty limited experience with brass plates personally, just because I don't really like having a stiff typing experience. But from the couple of brass plates that I've tried, it seems to just make it a bit deeper sounding, and definitely like louder too. That's the other thing. So louder and deeper. Okay, that's 3. But I find palm plate to be great at making a like a deeper sound. I think like palm plus Gateron Black Ink is kind of like a pretty famous combination, except that with Gateron Black Inks being a larger housing than other switches, it could be kind of a pain to put into palm plates depending on how they're cut. Luckily with this palm plate for the Sunsetter, I found that my Black Inks fit in them just like pretty great actually. I had like no issues with anything. So I'm hoping that it will sound great, because I tried the black inks that I had on my mode 80 with a palm plate, and that didn't really give me the sound that I was looking for. I'm not really sure why. Maybe it's because of the case acoustic and stuff. I just found it to be kind of clacky. So I'm hoping it to sound more have a deeper sound profile in this keyboard, but you know, you never know. There's just so many things that go into sound that just makes it really hard to say. Let's see. Memento isn't IC yet. So check. Okay, yeah, I will definitely take a look at that. Cool. Okay, and I'm glad to think that you think that also brass can be deeper sounding, because you know I read online from some people saying like, oh yeah, brass plate makes it how high pitched, and I was like, no, I don't think so. So I feel like, no, I don't know, I'm not sure where people get information from these days. I do feel like sometimes people just kind of like say things that they heard from somewhere without actually trying themselves, which in a way I can't really blame them, considering how expensive it is to try all these different things. But yeah, from my experience, brass can definitely help you achieve a deeper sound and also a louder sound. Let's see, I got Gateron yellows for the back of Neko and the Lubing filmed them. Nice. You know, in my my Switch tier video, I said Gateron S, or Gateron yellows for S tier, and you know, some people were like, what? And I'm telling you guys, Gateron yellows are great switches. You know, they're not the smoothest switch, but I think overall they're great. I love Gateron yellows, and I think that would be a great choice for the back of Neko, just as kind of like a starter board. And luckily, since it's hot swap, you can always just kind of swap them out and try something new. Almost done lubing the housing here. Any keycap set you're eyeing recently? I have not been eyeing keycap sets. So let's see. You know, I already have so many keycap sets, and I found that if I have extra keycap sets, I find myself trying to justify buying more keyboards to fill the keycap sets. And I know you can like swap them out, but like honestly, swapping out keycap sets, it's just kind of a pain. So I don't generally do it that often. So I'm trying to spend less money on keyboard, because I spend so much money already on this hobby. So I've been looking less at keycaps, but also I don't want to join GMK sets anymore. The wait times are just too long, and I think they're just too expensive. And I'm really looking forward to this surge and more PBT keycaps that are more affordable and look nice, essentially. So I'm really looking for, and you know, Novel Keys came out with Notion and whatever the other one was, completely forgot. And then Canon Keys is selling the Sugar Plum. And there's probably some other ones. I know HK Gaming has a bunch. I just refuse to buy HK Gaming stuff just out of principle. But I do like what they're doing. They're the only one who can actually give you cheap, great keycap set that are actually in stock and are easy to buy. They're just on Amazon. Oh, I need to put these stems in. Okay. Let's see. Oh, but I will say that one keycap set I am waiting for is the Geek Art black on white with accents. I didn't buy the drop on Canon Keys because one, they sold out way too fast, and two, it was a bit more expensive just because it was like I guess like in stock or something. But I joined the group buy on Kuma Mech some time ago, and hopefully they'll be delivered in a few months. And the only reason why I bought that Geek Art black on white scent plus accent keys, sorry, this is backwards, was because I saw Wildcat's video on them on the EV7 or something like that, and I was like, I gotta get those keycaps set. Like, I am a sucker for like one, pastel color, and two, kind of like more minimal sets, and I just like fell in love with that black and white plus accent keys. I just thought they looked really great. Okay. Let's see. Decrease pain by spending more. You know, speaking of like spending more, I mean, I just have like other expenses now in my life that keyboards have just been on the back burner for me, to be quite honest. Like for one, I bought a car, so now I have car payments. That kind of sucks. But you know, the car has offered me a lot of freedom recently, so I am appreciative of that. Overall, I am happy I have a car now, but yeah, having a car payment is like buying a new keyboard every month. But two, you know, recently I've been looking at watches because I just saw like one YouTube video about watches, and now I have watched so many YouTube videos on watches, and damn, watches are so expensive, but there are some really nice ones. Maybe I can show you guys some watches that I've been looking at. I'm not planning on buying watches anytime soon. Like it has to be some kind of milestone, because the one I'm looking at is like $3,000, and that's oof, that's a hefty amount of change, and $3,000 is like cheap for like a watch, which I think is quite crazy. Let's see. Yeah, HA Gaming, they're definitely kind of like on that line of like, okay, so for me, HA Gaming crossed that line the moment they ripped off Milkshake, because it was more than just colors at that point, it was also icons, and that for me, that is where I completely draw the line. But in terms of like colors, that is a debate right there. Overall, I'm probably in the stance of that no one should own colors. I think that is a dangerous precedent. But icons for sure should be protected, and since they rip off Milkshake, I mean, I just can't buy stuff from HK Gaming, even though I do think they do, unfortunately, are good things. Like a lot of people do appreciate what they're doing, because I am in a lot of keyboards groups, including on Facebook. There is a decent amount of keyboard. I do like going on Facebook groups because it's more of the casual crowd. It's where like most people like kind of like talk about keyboard. Like I mean like quote unquote normies, like the people who aren't too elitist about things. That's where they are. And I like getting their perspective on things. And yeah, I mean, they like HK Gaming Keycap set, and for good reason. They offer you value, and you know, they probably don't even care about all of the drama that's in the hobby. Like there's just like so much drama about random things that I just find myself, I just don't keep up with the drama anymore. I just have other things in my life that I need to worry about, like moving. Wow, 1 second here. Let me get this in here. Okay, wow, I kind of over-lubed that, but I can clean that up. I was kind of distracted by talking about keycaps. Oops. Let's see. All right, what do I think about the KBD67 Lite R1? You know, I honestly don't have much of it. I honestly haven't looked too much at those more entry-level keyboards, so I really have no thoughts. So if you want thoughts, I'm sure there were reviews out there. I know that Anywing has a review on them. For me, like, I just can't. I mostly only review boards that I buy. And I just didn't feel like spending money on a KBD67 or NK or Iki or GMK Pro just because it would be a waste of money essentially. And I know I can like sell them and stuff, but I don't sell keyboards. It's just kind of a pain. I really need some help. Like I just need someone to like sell my keyboards for me at some point. Maybe I'll get my girlfriend Leanne to help me with that stuff. I just find it to be a pain for me for some reason. Alright. Let's see. What lube is that? Oh, this is that BDZ lube. Krytox BDZ lube. You can buy them from 3D Keybs. I don't know if anyone else is selling them, but this is like I used to use dielectric grease on the wires. Now I'm using this super. It's like a toothpaste. It's weird. So my light is so damn bright. It's like a toothpaste. It's pretty thick. I wonder if I can like bring this up. Can you see it? Like it's some super thick lube. But it's a bit easier to apply versus dielectric grease, and it seems to stick more. So all for that. And for the housing, I'm just using 205G0. Let's see. Oh, from Kibo? Okay. Yeah, let's see. Like this, Fortunately, it's like my camera's not focusing on this, but yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. It's like I'm putting toothpaste on the wires here. Yeah, I wish I had an easier way to control my autofocus. Like if I had like a remote dial or something, that would be great. Because sometimes the autofocus can just has a mind on its own. Yeah, I've heard that because with dielectric grease, over time, it can just kind of like fall off of the wires, and you kind of have to like re-lube it. I'm hoping with this, since it's so sticky, that it'll just stay on the wires over time. It'll just do. Hopefully, it'll do a better job at keeping the wires from rattling around the housing. And it's like $8 for this jar, and honestly, you can loop so many damn wires with this much. Like I think the listing said it was like 3 milliliters, which doesn't sound like a lot, but considering that you're only using it on wires, yeah, this stuff will last you quite a while. Okay, that's probably good enough. The Bakaneko uses clip-in stabs, and the reason why it uses clip-in stab is because of the O-ring gasket. The screws on the backspace and space bar, I think, if you use screw-in stabs, can push out the gasket, which interferes with the mounting style. So that's why you use clip-in stabs. But I honestly have like no issues with clip-in stabs. If you just lube them, they should be fine. In my video, I accidentally didn't lube the left side of the spacebar enough, so there's some rattling, but all the rest of the stabs are fine. But you know, since it's a hotspot board, you can always just take them out and just re-lube them. Oh, there's like a piece of hair here. Okay. Yeah, if you're having rattly space bars and stuff, yeah, the BTZ lube is pretty good. I mean, historically, I had good results with dielectric grease, but at the same time, you know, I do have like 7 keyboards, so I rotate between them. So I don't know if not using them as much like helps the lube not fall off over time or something like that. I don't know, but this stuff is. I find this BDZ stuff to be more fun to apply, but definitely use gloves because they're really sticky and so they're kind of a pain in the butt to clean up. So I highly recommend using gloves if you're going to be lubing this, or if you're somehow super careful, or you can just wash your hands for like 5 minutes, I guess. Okay. Okay. Thoughts on the Iki by Canon keys? I'm assuming you're talking about the Iki 6A by I don't know how you say it. This studio, and the Canon keys the vendor. I mean, if you want a review of someone who actually had it in hand, you can check out Andy Wynn's video. Okay, he actually had one, a prototype. For my impressions though, I mean, it seems like a injection molded keyboard. I'm not really sure what else I can say about it, other than I appreciate that it also has a Bluetooth option, which I think is kind of cool, because I would love to see more wireless custom mechanical keyboard options. I know like the moment you introduce Bluetooth in, it gets way more complicated with like the battery and like, I don't know what else, like the getting it supporting QMK or whatever else that comes with Bluetooth capabilities, but you know, sometimes I just want a completely wireless setup, and sorry, 1 second, trying to move this here, and yeah, it would be great to see more Bluetooth options, so I'm glad that the Iki does have the ability for that. But overall, my impressions is, yeah, it looks like a injection molded keyboard. Let's see. I like your Bakaneko video. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you liked it. You know, when I was making that video, I think I underestimated the crowd of not beginners who'd be interested in getting it. I approached it from the perspective of I am new to custom keyboards. I don't have one yet. What should I buy? And so that's why I kind of left out some things, and I chose to purposely left out some information that a newbie don't really care about as much, and try to streamline it a bit more. But just kind of like maybe reading around on Discord and stuff, it seems like there's a lot of people who are interested in it who already have like other keyboards, and I think it's because they just want to try out maybe the O-ring gasket, and you know, you can always like get it Cerakoted to really fix up the finish, which is really the biggest downside with the Bakaneko, is the painted finish isn't like, you know, pristine or anything. But you know, for $50 you can get it Cerakoted, and it would be honestly a pretty nice keyboard for like $200. Like I would rather have that versus buying the S58 that I bought for my 60%. And that one was like $220. So overall, yeah, I think it's a great keyboard. I'm glad you liked the video. Yeah. All right, we're almost there. All right, that is all of these stabilizers. Let me close this up. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna move this to the side here. I'll make sure none of these are upside down. Okay. Sometimes when I put back stabilizers, I want the housing to be upside down. That's an oops, but easy fix. Okay. Basically unicorn with less features. Yeah, I mean, essentially, it's essentially what I was trying to be. I hope Canon Keys or someone run the Bakaneko 65%, because I love 65%. Put that here. All right, let's get these screwed into the PCB here. Let's see. I feel like Canon Keys has a good reputation. Yeah, I mean, overall, why I chose to be a Canon Keys affiliate is because, one, I actually really do like the brand. I mean, you know, I feel like every part of the hobby has some kind of like quote unquote drama happening. But with Canon Keys, it was, I think most notably is with their hype system. In case you guys don't know, for a lot of for their big popular drops, they use hype.canonkeys.com, which is a mix of raffle plus first come first serve. You enter the queue, you randomly get let in, and once you get let in, you can buy the item. And the system was it's just developed by Upas by himself, as far as I know. So there was like bugs and stuff, and it didn't go well with the Satisfaction 75 round 2 and some other boards which I can't remember anymore. So people were pretty upset about that. But in the end, my perspective is, you know, it's a keyboard. No, it's not worth getting upset about, honestly. Like, I was bummed out that I couldn't get the Satisfaction 75, but you know, it is what it is. But overall, I don't think they've done anything too bad. I mean, maybe you can have a conversation around the Peaches and Cream Light, which is a whole nother thing. I mean, maybe I'll get into it as I slowly screw these in. Oh, I need the washers. Let me put the washers in the screw first. But in case you guys don't know, with Peaches and Creams, in the original group buy, which I joined, the render was more of a pastel color, which is why I joined, because I love pastel. And what actually got why I cannot see these washers. Okay. And the reason why I joined, or sorry, the actual keycap set that got delivered was more saturated. So color accuracy was not on point there. And Ren, the group buy runner, as far as I know, basically never apologized for anything. Where is my screwdriver? There it is. And now he's running Peaches and Cream Light, which supposedly is to get at like the lighter colors. Anyways, I guess like the thing is, you know, it's like, one, there's no accountability, right? But that's, for me, my mindset is that's just kind of what happens when you join a group buy, and it really shouldn't be that way anymore. I feel like this hobby is big enough where people need to start becoming accountable for things. But you know, I think of it as like joining a Kickstarter. You know, like if you didn't like how the Kickstarter was ran, don't join the second round. So I'm not gonna join the second round. But maybe some people are not liking Candy Keys just because they're hosting Pieces and Cream Light. You can say that they're enabling Ren because of that. But for me, I don't take it that far. I'm just not gonna buy anything from Ren ever again, to be honest with you. You know, I have GMK Mizu. I have his Peaches and Cream Light round, or Peaches and Cream round 1, which overall, like, I don't hate it. It wasn't what I wanted, but I don't hate it. It's on my Mode 80, but it looks fine. But yeah, but overall, yeah, I agree. I think Candy Keys overall is pretty good. I do appreciate what they do for the community. Okay. Oh man, I wish these washers were not clear right now. Okay, let's see. Hello, SViz. Welcome to the stream. I just got done lubing stabilizers. Now I'm gonna put these on. Sorry, I want to make sure I have the right hole. So enter is here. What is this one for? I guess this is for a long shift. Oh yeah, I guess you can also use a long shift for this board, but I like arrow keys, so I'm not using a long shift. This looks right. Every time there's always like so many cutouts in one spot of PCB, my brain just kind of shuts down. Why is it not going in? Oh, because it's upside down. Okay. That's good. Yeah, I'm loving the PCB design for sure. I thought about picking up some EPBT black on white keycaps. Nice. I have, let's see, black and white is like, it's always like a classic combination that works with a lot of things. I actually haven't had an EBT keycap set in a while. I have EPBT 9009, which overall I thought was fine. Actually, I haven't used that set in a while. I think it's just boxed up somewhere. Maybe I should get rid of it or something, or give it away. Honestly, guys, I honestly, at some point, I do want to give stuff away. But as I mentioned before with the selling, for some reason, shipping things out is just kind of a pain for me. Once I move and I start like really assessing everything I have, I am going to start giving stuff away. I'm probably gonna give away Back in Neko, just because I have no use for a 60%. But you're gonna hang tight with me as I move and clean out my life. And I might honestly, unfortunately, limit it to just the United States. I don't think I want to deal with the international shipping at the moment. Let's see. Maybe I'll just put all the washers in here first before I forget. There. When is the Back in Neko going on sale? It's going on sale tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern, I believe. You can go check my Back in Neko video in the pinned comments. I can't remember exactly the time. I think it was tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern. Wow, I am a hard time getting the screw into this washer. There we go. Let's see. I got the GMK Pro, but I don't care if it's stiff though. Yeah, I mean, like, stiffness and flexy is all about preference, and you can actually make the GMK Pro flexy for people like removing the bottom foam or like not using certain screws or something like that. I mean, I don't have one myself, so I can't say, but you can definitely make it flexy. But yeah, I mean, for me, and I use flexy keyboards, which I prefer, but I also use stiff keyboards, which, and overall, like, I don't really mind. Like my SP111 sandwich mount board, I use it because it is a southpaw layout, and I love southpaw layouts. It's great for productivity. Oosh. Okay. Oh, it's 2 p.m. Eastern. Okay, thank you for that. 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. I am struggling. Come on, I got some lube in my fingers, so the screws are kind of slippery. Okay, come on. You know, I thought about buying one of those electric screwdrivers or something, but I just never got around to it. Maybe it would make my life easier, but I only have like 2 more keyboards that I'm planning on building. Oh, I got a lot there. Jesus. The next keyboard I'm going to be building is the LCK75. It is a through-hole build, so I got to solder in all of the diodes and things. And it's 75% with a knob. It's essentially fulfilling the void of Desatisfaction 75 that I missed out on. I might do a full stream of just me soldering the crap out of that thing. I mean, that's kind of the whole point of a through-hole kit, right? Is you're just soldering everything. So I might just stream that for fun. Oh, I have an extra screw here. Put that away. Okay. Oh yeah, and with the LK75, I have a acrylic case from P3 store. It is the it's like one of the acrylic cases with like the pearlescent or whatever, like the colorful light reflection stuff. So that'll be fun. And my brain is shutting down. I'm trying to figure out what stab hole this needs to go in. I think it's this one. Yeah, I think it's this one. Okay. Lubricant. I'm getting the. Okay. Oof. Shit, this is going in. Okay. Let's see. You're getting the drop and Mato MT3. Oh, nice. Yeah. Have you tried the MT3? Have y'all tried the MT3 profile? It's pretty interesting. I have MT3 Serica. I mean, generally I like low profile keycaps, but MP3 is pretty cool. Okay. You know what plate foam will work with the Bakaneko? What? I'm not sure what you mean by what plate foam, but I would assume that. Oh, no. Let me backtrack. I don't think any plate foam is gonna work with the Bakaneko, just because that O-ring really needs to sit between the plate and PCB, and your plate foam there is gonna block out that O-ring, unless if you were to do something like have it so the outer ring don't have any foam and only have foam on the inner, on like the inner alphas and stuff like that. But that sounds like a pain. Like overall, I wouldn't use plate foam on the Bakaneko. For me, honestly, I wouldn't use any foam. I think there's definitely a trend these days of like foaming up your keyboard to get like blocky sound, but sometimes if you do that, it all starts sounding the same. And the nice thing about having no foam in your keyboard is that you kind of get that raw acoustic sound, which if a keyboard is designed well, it'll sound nice. And even though the Bakaneko can sound kind of hollow on some keys, like the backspace key, I don't really notice that. I just kind of like having something else that's not just like foamy sounding. So I wouldn't use any foam with the Bakaneko personally. But yeah, I don't think any plate foam is gonna work. And you could consider a bottom case foam because there's 5mm of height, but that probably will reduce the flex a little bit depending on how thick the foam is. Yeah. O-ring is gonna be kind of like working plate foam as well. Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Yeah. Hello, Curseblatt. Welcome to the stream. Okay, we got the stabs in. We're almost there. Let's get the middle gasket and the palm plate. Oh, and here are the Gateron Black Inks. These ones have been previously soldered. I desoldered them with the Hako FR301 desoldering gun. So there's kind of like only a little bit of solder left on the leg, so they do fit in the Milmax sockets. I will say that I never used Milmax sockets before, but the friction fit on these sockets have definitely gotten loose. Maybe it's because there's leftover solder on these legs. But I mean, as long as it works, I don't really care. I desoldered these from my E6.5 a while ago, and I just haven't used them yet. The reason why I desoldered them because that 70-gram spring weight was just too heavy for me, so I spring swapped them with 65 grams DL springs from Thick Thock, and yeah, I really love them now. I just haven't got a chance to use them yet, so hopefully I can just keep them on this board. It's always tricky to make sure you don't like bend the legs and stuff when you're putting in switches into hot swap sockets and things like that. Okay, and honestly, having the middle gasket makes it a bit more difficult to to get the switches in. So let me see if I can do this. Best place for keycaps. There's honestly no best place just because everyone has different keycaps. So it's all about finding the keycaps that you like and finding out who's selling them, essentially. If you want to look at group buys, metgroupbuys.com or the subreddit Met Group Buys is a great place. Or you can just look up, Amazon keycaps. You can look at Novel Keys. Novel Keys have keycaps sometimes. Canon Keys have keycaps sometimes. But it's all about finding the keycaps that you like and trying to figure out who's selling it. Because everyone is just selling different keycaps. Alright, 1 second. Come on. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna get the corners in first here. I hope I. Okay. Hopefully that gasket isn't in the way. I don't think it is. Oof. Let me see. Man, that is one thing I do like about soldering switches is that you don't have such a pain. It's not a pain to just get them in because the hole is a lot bigger. This one, I feel it's not going in, and I don't want to bend legs right now. Oh, and as I say that, I already bent the leg. Oh boy, let me get some tweezers. You guys can kind of see it here. A little bent. So highly recommend getting tweezers if you have hot swap keyboards. Wow, this one I bent it just the very tip, and it is a kind of pain in the butt to get. Come on. Okay, there we go. Let me try a different switch. Okay, how can I get, let me put it on the plate first. Let me, oh, okay, there we go. I think after I get the corner switches in, I think the rest should be pretty easy. Because they'll be lined up and stuff. There we go. Are you guys waiting on any group buys to be delivered or anything? What have you guys bought recently? I've heard that y'all bought the 3277 keycap and some other stuff. Anything else? Yeah. Okay. Bought too much. What did you buy, Albert? Whimsy and Cam, Willow Dragon group buy. Okay, nice. Cam is a pretty interesting profile. I haven't got a chance to try it out yet. That is the thing about this hobby. You buy something, you wait for something to come in, but you don't have anything yet. So then you end up just buying more things, and the next thing you know, you end up waiting on like 5 different things. Not speaking from personal experience or anything. But yeah, I am definitely cutting back on my keyboard expenditure for now. Geez, this one just got bent a tiny bit. Come on. Put aside. 808 Boom and Sunsetter. Oh, you got a Sunsetter? Nice. I'm not sure what 808 Boom is. Oh, you bought GMK Striker. Cool. Oh. GMK Striker. That's the that's a Tfue set, right? Okay. GMK Columbia, but lost an effects facility because of shooting. Oof. Sorry to hear about that. Yeah, there has been a lot of shooting recently. It's pretty sad. Infinity Key 808 Boom. Ah, okay. Okay. I haven't kept up with Infinity Key / Key Company stuff. For some reason, like, I want to really cheer on the Key Company, but I hope this set goes well. It just seems like there's always something wrong with something with them. Whether it's a keycap or a switch or something. I'm not sure what, or a keyboard. Like with the SP111, the blue color came out as teal. I heard the latest batches of kiwis and or tangerines, maybe just kiwis, were all fucked up. So that's unfortunate. And I'm sure there's a laundry list of things that they messed up. So I hope it goes well for you. But that's something to keep in mind with the Key Company. They don't have a great track record. Luckily, I've been pretty lucky with them. Islander came out fine. I bought kiwis from them that came out fine. I bought it black, SP111, so that was black. Can't really mess up black color, I feel like. Okay. Oh, nice. Did you get the SP111 from the extras? I'm assuming you did. How are you liking it? I really like it as a productivity board. And you know, it's honestly it's not like a super crazy board or anything. Like, it's a sandwich mount board. It's pretty simple. Come on. I'm gonna just keep trying different switches. Okay, I'll come back to that slot later. Let's see. Love Southpaw keyboard and saw yours. I'm looking forward to Mountain Alice. Southpaw Alice? Wait, I gotta take a look at that. I have not been paying attention to like a lot of upcoming keyboards recently. Alright. Good night. Thanks for tuning in, man. Let's see. Oh, you do CAD. Nice. Yeah, I do something similar. I do product design in terms of like UI design. So yeah, it's definitely great for that stuff. Which I'm assuming is probably similar to you, where you're just kind of like inputting numbers of changing different things. Southpaw Alice does sound pretty interesting. Although I assume that Southpaw Alice would take up a lot of real estate, because Southpaw itself is already like a TKL size, and you attach a keypad to it. So that's something that maybe I gotta think about. But yeah. Popping in the switches here. Okay. There we go. Man, I'm glad to see that there's other Southpaws though. I do hope Southpaw becomes more of a thing. Because really, you know, I don't know about you guys, like the reason why I bought smaller form factor keyboards is because I wanted more mouse room, but that was sacrificing, you know, productivity. Like, you sacrifice keys, you're sacrificing productivity in my mind, because layers for me just slow me down, and numpads are great for me because I put in enough numbers for it to be worthwhile. And so if you just take the numpad and put it to the left, you still have all the mouse room. So it's the best of both worlds. It's just literally, for me, the perfect layout. So I love Southpaw. Yeah. Oh, you type out your math lecture notes using LaTeX. Okay, nice. Yeah. You want the back echo so bad. Yeah, the back echo is great. I wonder how many units Kankeys will have in this initial round, considering that they went through the whole like getting the mold for the casting and things like that. My wild guess is I hope like at least 500. But I also wonder how fast it's gonna sell out, because it is a pretty hype board. There was more people who were interested in it in terms of like not newbies than I was expecting. So I think it's gonna sell out fast, but I also don't know how many they'll have. One thing I did not mention in the Bakaneko video is that for future rounds, Kankeys will experiment with other finishes, because right now it's like painted, right? But they're gonna experiment with other finishes, and that will result in like different colors and maybe higher quality and things like that. But the price may change because of that. But yeah. Okay, there we go. The goal for it is to definitely be a regularly in stock board, like the Brutal series, like the Savages, like Savage 65. Since it is made via cast, hopefully Kankeys will stock it sooner, because you can just cast keyboards sooner than you can just like machine it out. So that is the reason why they decide to go with the casting process. So yeah, I mean, even if it sells out fast and you miss out, it will definitely come back. And hopefully it will come back at a higher inventory, because then they can just like reinvest the profits back into making more Bakanekos. You should probably set an alarm. Like, it's hard to say since they don't release numbers, but it seems to be a pretty hype board, and the fact that it's $130, it makes it a low entry point, right? And you know, my instinct, my hunch is that Kankeys aren't gonna stock a lot of them like they will for like Novelkeys have a decent amount of like stuff in stock in terms of like the NKs and things like that. Like for the NK Milkshake Edition, I think that's still in stock. But for Kankeys, I don't think they will have as much stock as Novelkeys does. Has for their entry level keyboard. So my instinct is it will sell out fast, but I know nothing about their finances. But that's just like my assumption. Yeah. Ooh, Evangelion themed keyboard. You know, I've never seen Evangelion. And maybe I should. I don't know. I feel like there's so many like references to that anime. But I don't know. I just honestly these days I just don't watch anime anymore. The most recent one is just Jujutsu Kaisen, just because Leanne was watching it. But I might watch. I told her that I was gonna watch Haikyuu just because she loves Haikyuu, and I feel like I should maybe watch it just because she likes it so much. I haven't started Haikyuu yet. I really should start that at some point. Let's see. Let's see. It's sad that it doesn't support Screw and Sky. I feel like it was that case, it would shut down entry boards even more so. I mean, perhaps. I mean, you know, Screw and Stab has this reputation of like, it is the only stab that you should get, but honestly, clip and stabs are fine. Like, I've heard of people having issues with clip and stab in terms of like popping out. None of my clip and stabs have ever popped out, so my only guess is that they didn't push it in all the way, for starters. And maybe the other thing is that they tend to rattle more or not as smooth or something like that. And maybe I can see that because a lot of the innovation with stabs are for screw-ins. But honestly, if you lube it enough, it will be fine. I honestly think clip and stabs are no big issue. I used clip and stabs on my E6.5 for a couple years now, and you know, they're fine. Let's see. I already had to buy from Kankeys. Is there a project page, or do I refresh the available blah blah blah? I usually refresh the page that has all of the stock. What was it called? It was called let's take a look actually here. Kankeys. It will probably show up in featured products. I usually go here, view all, and I usually refresh this page. Oh, there are 2 pages now. But I hope that my guess is that it will be here. It'll definitely be somewhere here. But I usually refresh this. I mean, you can also have this page, I guess, as well in stock. But my guess is that it will be on this featured page here. So just kind of refresh that and it should show up. But no guarantees if you miss out. But that's what I would do if I was buying Feedback and Echo. Let me see. Let's see. NK Milkshake Extra Soul a few days ago. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, nice for getting one. I got to try it out a little bit because Leanne bought one, and overall, I mean, yeah, it's pretty nice. You get the whole thing, and you know what's really fun? No, Leanne was Team Tactile, right? And then she tried out the Novel Key Silks, and now she really liked linears, which is almost insulting to me, because she has tried out my linear keyboards that I have hand lubed, and for some reason she likes the silks more. I'm not sure if I'm bad at lubing, or maybe she likes the factory lubing more, which I think the factory lubing is fine. But she was also having issues with her tactile switches. I mean, she has Holy Pandas on her Savage 65, but she has issue with the spacebar and like making typos and stuff. So one of these days, once we move in together, I'm gonna desolder her Savage 65 and put in some linear switch of some sort for her. Or maybe the U4Ts. I think the U4Ts maybe will be better. I think honestly, like maybe hot take, Holy Pandas are not great anymore. Just get U4Ts. U4Ts are so much better than Holy Pandas IMO. Let's see. How do you feel about KBD 67 Lite? I haven't tried it, so I can't say. But from what I've seen, it seems like the plastic injection molded keyboard. I highly recommend you look up reviews from people who actually do have one. But yeah, I mean, it seems like if you want Thok, you go with that one. For me, all of the NK65, KBD 67 Lite, Icky 68. All seem to be pretty similar, but it seems like the KB67 Lite is more thocky, which a lot of people like, so get that if you want Thok. Let's see. What is your top anime on your My Anime list? You know, I actually never... Do I have a My Anime list? I think I do, but it's been so long. My top one is probably full FMA Brotherhood. And no, that's kind of cliche to say, but I really do like Brotherhood a lot, and I really like Steins Gate. Steins Gate initially for me, I was like, what's this anime? But you know, Steins Gate is great. I really like Steins Gate a lot. I like Psycho-Pass season 1. Psycho-Pass season 2 was whatever. What else do I like? The anime about mangaka, which was originally a manga about mangaka. I forgot the name now. I like that one a lot too. Mob Psycho is great. One Punch Man season 1 was great. One Punch Man season 2 was trash. Well, not trash, it just wasn't as great. No Game No Life was I liked it a lot. I'm sad season 2 will never happen. That is very unfortunate. I honestly haven't watched anime in so long. Those are just kind of the top ones I could think of right now that I liked a lot. So that one's not going in. Let's see. So many characters in Haikyuu, so really hard to keep track of. Yeah, I mean, you know, Leanne's really good at keeping track of names. I'm really bad at keeping track of names. But yeah, I'll oh crap, I got lube on the desk pad. You gotta see that? Whenever it'll come out. Okay, well there you go. Let's see. 1% screw paying one for $1 Switch. Yeah, no, I maybe if you guys seen my my Switch tier list video, I kind of crapped on Frankenstein switches, and I mean, like, look, they have their place. Like, I would say, like, creamsicles are nice. I'm not paying that price for a Switch though. It's just way too much. I can't imagine spending $70 for just switches for this keyboard alone. But yeah, U4Ts are great. I love U4Ts. Apparently Moyu Blacks are similar to Holy Pandas. I found Moyu Blacks to be way more intense. Like, I don't think they're Holy Pandas at all. If you had tried Holy Pandas and you're like, man, I wish this thing would punch my fingers more, you get the Moyu Blacks. That is why I don't like the Moyu Black as much. I just found them to be too tactile. I am linear, gang, by the way, but yeah, too tactile for me. Let's see. For Bakameko, did you add tape to where the stabs are inserted? I did not add tape or did bending modding to the stabs. I don't think bending modding does anything. I will probably make a video about bending modding at some point. Once after I moved and settled in. I'm gonna go MIA for like at least 2 or 3 weeks, just cause after moving and stuff, I just need to settle down and like decorate the new studio / man cave / work from home office. Let's see. Brotherhood was the best. Right, I did watch Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter was great. I do like Hunter x Hunter a lot. Bakuman. Yeah, Bakuman was definitely the manga about manga. Yep, that was the one. Let's see. Hi, Dizzy. Oh, welcome to the stream. I'm glad that you made your way here somehow. Almost done putting the switches in, then we can build the keyboard. Is it possible to use screw and stabs on the back and neck or anything under the spacebar, then say the enter or left shift? Honestly, yeah, probably. Like the stabs for the Bakaneko. Where is my Bakaneko? Let's see. I mean, I guess if you really wanted to, I honestly don't think it's worth it. But maybe if you had like extra stabs or something, you could probably use it for the. I mean, you could probably use it for the enter key. The stab hole is here. The O-ring is here. Oh my god, it's not focused. Yeah, you could probably do it for the enter key. You could probably do it for the right shift. You could probably do it for the left shift too. Yeah, I think if you were gonna go down that route, you want to use clip and stabs for the spacebar for sure, right? I'm not sure. There we go. You want to use clip and stab for the spacebar and the backspace key. The rest of the stabs, yeah, you could probably get away with using screw and stabs. If you had extras or just want to buy one-off stabs or something like that. No guarantees though. I haven't tried it myself. Let's see. Acrylic case sound versus aluminum case sound. Hard to say because the shape of the case also plays a role, but if you like more of a thocky sound, I think acrylic can definitely help out with that a little bit. But acrylic cases never like feel as nice as aluminum cases, so I would choose aluminum all the way. Have you tried the pewters? I have. Oh lord, I have not tried them. I heard they're great though. If you want more of that brown / ergo clear / mid tactile feeling. Come on, there we go. But no, I haven't tried them, but I heard they're great. Linear or tactile gang? Linear gang all the way, but I do have both. I have keywords for both tactiles and linears. I prefer linears, but I use both. But linears all the way. Best, what is your favorite sound on the keyboard? I mean, I definitely do like, let's see, I think so. My perspective on my collection is that I try to diversify. I don't, because I have like 6 or 7 keyboards, It's kind of a lot, but I try to diversify, which is why I have both linear and tactile switches. I have, Jesus, okay. So for sound, I also try to diversify. So I don't really have like a favorite sound, as long as it doesn't sound too hollow. I'm fine with like more of a clacky sound. I'm also fine more of a thocky sound. Depending on the mood, I'll just switch keywords depending on what sound I like. To be honest with you. Okay, that one's a little tricky. Come on. Best value linear switch in my opinion, Gateron yellows. Other than that, any of the JWKs will be great. I mean, honestly, all of the JWK linears are like basically the same, other than maybe some housing materials. Like if you want more of a thocky style, you can go with a palm. So yeah, Gateron yellows in terms of value, we want to be a bit more premium. Any JWK linear switch will be great. Slash Duroc. Where's my tweezers? What is the difference between thock and clack? This is clack. This is a Rukia with MX blacks. Which is thock. You know, I actually don't have a keyboard that's overly thocky, but this keyboard, I wouldn't say it's like a lot of the thockiness that you hear, but it is more thocky. Like you can be thockier. Like if you listen to like if I put like silicone in here, like foam, it could be thockier, but that's generally what that is. Clacky it sounds like a clack. Thocky it's a bit more lower pitched. Oh, you found pewters to be less tactile than browns? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Yep, you spelled Leanne right. Monthly Girl Nozaki-kun. It's on Netflix. Okay, if it's on Netflix, we'll give it a shot. Thank you for that. I'll just like copy and paste that real quick before I forget. Cool. How do you think about the Salvation? I think it's a pretty interesting keyboard. I mean, I haven't tried it myself, so I can't say, but at $300, it's a bit more pricey than some of the more entry stuff, but it's not like high-end price, right? In my mind, high-end price is like $400. So for $300, it's like a mid-tier price, and it's pretty interesting mounting system. If I didn't have so many keyboards, I probably would have bought it just because for a mid-tier board. Okay, I think I either just 1 second here. Let me figure out what's going on here. Either the leg is not bent enough or my maybe I need to bend it this way a little bit. Okay, ink blacks. Yep, these are ink blacks V1s from the original run. So these have the loose leaf, but they also are the smoothest. Oh, there's Leanne. Leanne made it. How do you feel about wood cases? I never tried one. For me, they seem interesting, but you know, this is not as popular, right? Like there's like a wooden tofu case or something like that. And I somehow had never managed to own a tofu in my life. So just because they're not really like a mainstream really, I haven't got a chance to try one, but they seem interesting. I'm not sure what they do in terms of like sound though. Ah, there we go. Salvation will most likely won't ever run again, so you copy it if you don't like it. Okay. Favorite keyboard in your collection as of late? Oh, right now. I mean, I'm gonna say it's still the EXT65. I really love that keyboard. I mean, the downside with that, I think the spring is too light. They used the Zeal 62 gram springs. Zeal springs are terrible, by the way. You should just replace them. So I'm gonna desolder at some point. But yeah, I love the EXT65 a lot. But that's always my default choice. But my second favorite keyboard, if it wasn't that, it probably has to be. Man, that's a hard one. I almost want to say the Mode 80, but the Mode 80 I have like a love-hate relationship with, honestly. Like I'm not. It looks great. The mounting style, however, I just don't think it does anything for me, and I think it brings more trouble than benefits. Like it's simple to assemble, right? You just like stack it and you screw it in, but there's some wiggle room with the stacking. Not with the stacking, like when you stack it, there is some wiggle room there, and because of that, some of the keycaps are closer to one side of the case than the other, and that's like a huge pain. But other than that, I swapped out the aluminum plate with a palm plate. I'm using U4Ts on there. So actually with the palm plate, it actually has like a good amount of flex to it. It's not the flexiest thing, but it's not stiff by any means. So there is some flex. And I just like using it with the U4Ts. Okay, they sound really nice in them. And overall, I just like the cases. I like the overall look of the case a lot. But I don't really care for stack mount that much. But I would say the Mode 80 as of late. Let's see, what is an underrated switch you think is great? I have them Luge, HK Gaming Pro, Marin Blues. I don't know if I know of any underrated switch that are great, to be honest with you. I think all the switches that are great are at least like not underrated, maybe overrated. So I honestly can't say. Like I haven't really tried any of those weird ones. I didn't even know about those Pro Marlin Blues. So yeah, I really can't say. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, so here's interesting about the Mode 80 and palm plates and black inks. I've heard that because of the large housing of the black inks, it can make it difficult to be built with palm plate. But here's a palm plate, and I had no issues. And you know, maybe because the way that it's cut or something like that, you know, I can't say I'm not a keyboard designer. I just build them. And I would say this palm plate is different from the palm plate on the Mode 80. Like in terms of the quality of the palm plate, I like the Mode 80 a lot more. But I think the most frustrating thing about the Mode 80 for me is like after I struggled with the black inks and the palm plate, and I swapped it out for a hot swap aluminum plate build, which is like pretty standard, right? Like aluminum plate, hot swap PCB. That just should just work. And when I built that and my keycaps were scraping against like the case, that kind of like blew it for me. That just kind of like, I am so done building this thing. I'm just gonna make this video. I'm not even bother like fixing it anymore. So that is why I think the stack mount for me just doesn't work. Like yeah, if I wiggle it around, it doesn't scratch the case, but it's still not even in certain places. Like I can see like this part is closer than that part, and if I were to ever unscrew the case, I need to line up again, and for me that's just a huge pain. I just don't want to deal with that. So I'm probably never gonna unscrew my Mode 80 ever again. But yeah. Okay. You know what? I haven't been looking at the Suntory build guide, but we got a PC assembly all done. Let's put this off to the side for now. Okay, let's make sure we're doing this right. Step 1, attach PCB mount stabs, done. Step 2, stack a plate, rubber, and PCB insert switches, done. Step 3, solder switches. I kind of already did that because I mil-maxed it. Step 4, place back badge into weight, screw in weight to bottom case. All right, let's do that. Here is the bottom case, and where did I put that badge? It's probably in the box. Wow, I am just misplacing everything. How did I misplace a giant brass weight? Okay. This is embarrassing. Did I put it over here? Oh, yes I did. Okay. The picture, okay, I'm trying to figure out how I should do this. Let's do that. Let's do this. Okay. And then we will flip this over. Actually, no, I'm gonna get the screw first. What screws do I need to use for these? Probably, are all these screws the same? Yeah, they look mostly the same. All right, we'll figure it out. All right, got some fingerprint on the brass weight there. Okay, there are some long ones and there's some short ones. I'm assuming the short screws are probably for the front badge, so I'm gonna use this longer one for this one. Okay. There is a JWK switch. I'm pretty sure it's made out of the same material as H1 switches are. Oh, really? That's interesting. You know, I haven't tried the H1 switches yet, but I heard that they were pretty interesting in terms of, I think, the sound, right? Let's see. All right, Albert. I'll leave it on the weight. Oh wait, this is not an Allen wrench. This is a. Is it? Oh. I just banged my monitor. That would have been super bad. Huh? What is this Allen wrench for? Hold on. Oh, it fits. Huh. I wonder why I'm having a hard time getting it to screw. Maybe it's a different screw. 1 second. Okay, well. Alright, this is easier. Oh, okay, now there we go. It's screwing now. Do this side a little bit. So when you screw, you wanna not screw in all the way initially. Okay, now it's stuck on the screw. Now it's stuck on the screw head. Okay, oh, there we go. Sure, this side is kind of screwed in. This screw is a little stuck. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, there we go. Now it's going in. Huh. I'm having a hard time having to go all the way down. I'm not sure why that is. Okay, there we go. It's a little bit finicky because the Allen wrench is kind of small. Okay. It's still a little loose fitting. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that. I honestly never really have keyboards with back weights. Like, yeah, it's a little loose. And yeah, it's definitely. I'm assuming you can screw in more, but for some reason I'm having a hard time with this Allen wrench. I wonder if I have a screw. I wonder if I have a head that can help out with this. Maybe if I use this for leverage. Okay, that side is working. This side's a little. This side's having a little bit more trouble, but I think we're. Oh, okay. We're good now. We're good. I know how to build stuff. Okay. Yep, that is a lot better. It's not loose anymore. Alright, step 5. Screw in the front badge to the top case. Here is the front case. And I'm gonna use the orange one. This is the badge. Just plop that in like that. And there are 2 tinier screws that I'm assuming is what this is for. In case y'all are wondering, for the Sunsetter, a round 2 will be run in different colors. I don't believe black or white will be run again, but after the stream, if you're interested in picking one up, join their Discord server to stay updated. And also extras haven't been sold yet actually for the black or white. They have been raffling them via their system, but their first come first serve extras have not been released yet. So either if you're interested in picking one up, you can wait out for the first come first serve extras, or you can join the round 2 for other colors. Okay, orange badge is installed. Step 6, attach gasket tab to the top and bottom cases. Oh, okay. I'm gonna put away the screws. You ever take a look at the Angry Meow Cyber Board? I believe they're making a new upgrade. I have not. I'll take a look. Yeah, I haven't honestly been keeping too up to date on keyboards. Just been having other priorities. Okay. These are kind of small. Yeah, I'll just pour them out here. Oh, I'll put the LED back because I don't really care for caps lock indicator. Okay, so these go here. Oh, okay, these are just mounting points for top and bottom case. Let me zoom in for y'all. Oops, that one's not straight. I wonder if I should use tweezers for this. Okay, there we go. Ooh, this one's stuck on each other. I think the cover came off, and that's why I got stuck on this one. You can kind of see them stuck together like that. Okay, but this should be fine. They just need to stay there. Bye, Leanne. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we have too much longer for this. I mean, like, we just have the gaskets, and then the plate and PCB just sits between them, and then we can move on to the typing test and impressions. This is gonna be my, let's see, I have 1, 2, my 3rd gasket board? Is it my 3rd one? No, I think 3rd, yeah. And the Mo 80 is not really gasket mounted. I'm not counting the Mo 80 as gasket mounted. Maybe you can see it is, but to me it's not. Yeah, I guess it's my 3rd gasket board. My EXT65 has a similar mounting style, except that the gaskets are a bit longer. These ones are like smaller gaskets. Okay, just 4 more sticky gaskets. And I do appreciate that they give you extra gaskets. I have like maybe like 4 extra ones, because always nice in case you like mess up or drop one or whatever. Okay, last one right here. Nice. Okay, let me zoom back out. The last and final step is to screw the case and PCB together and to attach the bump-on. Where are my bump-ons? Where are the bump-ons? I'll find them later. I'm not sure where they are actually. Let me clean up a little bit here. Okay, I think the easy thing to do is to put the top case face down first. Take the PCB and plate assembly. Plop that upside down. And how patient you were, right? As you can kill all the different size screws, I just threw them all over the place. Nice. Yeah, try to keep it clean. Okay, I think this is a better way of doing it. Okay, and then just take this big boy. Trying to make sure how do I put this about the PCB? It's a. Let me go in like this. I'm not trying to break the PCB port. Okay, there we go. Cool. How many screws does the GMK Pro have? I actually haven't really like watched any teardowns or anything of it. I'm assuming it's, yeah, all these are the same. Yeah, they're all the same. I'm just gonna plop them down and then use the Allen wrench. Two more, and then yeah, a couple extra screws, which is always nice to see. All right, let's start screwing. And you know, when you screw in, you always want to do like the crisscross star pattern or whatever. Okay, and then only screw in like halfway. Don't want to go in all the way. Man, I need like an extra hand to clamp these two together while I screw in. Okay. Soldering. I soldered Mil-Max to this already, so we're done with that. Oh Jesus. Come on. Okay. That's enough for now. And we're gonna go on this side. This is, yep, okay. Making sure that's all lined up. Oh, screw popped out. Yeah, let me know if you had any questions about soldering though. For the LK75 build that I'll do after I move and stuff, that's gonna be like a huge soldering stream. I'm just gonna be soldering all of the components, including Mil-Max sockets. So that might be a long, build. We'll see. Okay. You know, this is one thing I really like about the Bakaneko. One piece, no screws. Screwing in case is like the least fun part for me, I feel like. Okay, almost got the corners halfway in. Oops. Should you Mil-Max your Think? Oh, did you get the solderable version? Because I think that the Think also came in a hot swap. I mean, really the benefit of Mil-Maxing is one, hot swap obviously, but two, extended layout support. Because with the KL hot swap sockets, you don't get all of the various layouts that you can with a solderable PCB. So if you want, you are up for it. I mean, I would just do it. It is a bit of a pain, but just having honestly the ability to swap out switches anytime you want is fantastic, and I think it is worth the effort. Okay, come on, screw. Alright, so now I have all the screws a little bit in. Now we can just kind of go around and finish off the screwing. And then after that, we'll put on keycaps, do a typing test, do some impressions, and call it a day. I'm gonna need to lift this up. This is kind of a pain. Let's see. Oh, I didn't realize that the V2 didn't come with a hot swap PCB. That's interesting. If it's your first time soldering a board, Mil-Maxing will be difficult because you don't want to get solder into the sockets. So if you can, I would practice with I don't know, extra PCB or something. Or you can just use the Think PCB and just clean it up. I would highly recommend getting some kind of solder sucker. But chances are you're gonna use too much solder and you're gonna need to suck it up. So just get some kind of pump. But if you're also gonna Mil-Max, definitely get the smaller diameter solder that you can. Which solder sucker did you get, Albert? Did you get the engineer one? It is a very satisfying pop. And it's also great for quick desoldering jobs. The thing about Milmax sockets is if you put too much solder, you have to throw away the sockets. So definitely buy more sockets. But if you also get your switches, I guess there's a couple of ways you can install Milmax. You can just put them on the board and solder them, or you can put them on the switches and then solder. You put on the switches, put the switches into PCB, and then solder the Milmax. And if you do that and you overflow the Milmax, you'll get solder into the switch, and then you have to kind of like heat up the Milmax so it's hot enough for the solder inside to be malleable and then pull out the switch. And it's kind of a pain. So I guess all I'm saying is if you're Milmaxing as a first time soldering, take extra care, practice as much as you can, and consider getting a solder sucker in case you need to use it. Don't people use tape for Milmax sockets? Oh, that's true. I guess you can also do that. Maybe I should have done that actually. I put them on the switches and then just put the switches onto the PCB. That's how I did it. But I think the tape method works too. Really the biggest thing is you want to make sure the socket is pushed down all the way, right? And that's what the tape does, and that's kind of like what the switches does. This Allen wrench is not the easiest of like to screw down stuff. It's still a bit loose. Oh geez, wow, this one wasn't even in. It just came out. 1 second. You bought the soldering sucker without soldering stuff? That's pretty funny. Gratifying sounds. Yeah, it is a super nice sound. The Mountain Alice is solder only. Okay. Yeah, I mean soldering is like not too difficult, especially with keyboards. Like it's very forgiving. And it could be fun to do actually. Sometimes I will just like put on a show and just kind of mindlessly solder. But you also, you want to be careful that you have the right solder joint, and you don't want to use too much solder or too little solder. But in case you use too much, that's what the solder sucker is for. And like, it's not like it's not gonna work if you have too much solder, but you're gonna have bad joints, and in the future you may have issues. But it's just good practice to have nice concave soldering joints. Okay. I'm having a hard time screwing this down. We're just gonna leave it for now. This Allen wrench is not great or something. But we can just move on to putting on keycaps, and I can just screw it back in later. All the screws are in good enough. Okay, so as I mentioned, we will be using GMK Dots. This is from the first round. I think round 2 ran a while ago, a few months ago now. But in the round 1, there was only one choice. It was this one. Oh, that's upside down. And I also have all the extended kits for it, but I don't think we're gonna need it for this build. So, it's old when you still have the plastic GMA trays. Oh god, the new trays are terrible. Alright. Okay, let's put this in here. I guess we'll just start with the num row first, which F row, num row. Yep, this is num row. I remember the first time this set was released on April Fool's on Instagram, and I was like, yeah, I would buy that. And here I am, I bought it. It's a shame that I didn't get to use it too often. I just didn't really have a board to use it on. And now I do. I've been waiting on this for the Sunset board for 6 months now. That is not even the right key. Oops. Okay, that's what I was afraid of. The friction fit isn't as tight with these sockets, maybe because of the soldered legs, but no big deal. Just pull them back in. You guys have like blank keycaps? Blank or like, I mean, these are like essentially blank keycaps, right? You guys have any blank keycaps that you use? I can't tell if my eyes are screwing with me or are some of these upside down. I think they're fine. I like seeing things when I type. Fair enough, fair enough. Oh, huh. That's interesting. I'm missing one there. We'll figure that out later. Oh wait, there's one over here. How does this one get over here? Okay, there we go. Blanky cats are too plain for me nowadays. Yeah, I can understand that. Oof. What is going on here? Oh, they're touching. The keycaps are touching. I wonder why that's the case. Always having issues with keycaps touching other things, apparently. I'm gonna leave this side open for now and try to figure out what's up. Yeah, I'm getting mode 80 flashbacks now. Let's see. How long do keycaps take from Banggood? I just ordered some. You know, I honestly have no idea. I have never ordered anything from Banggood. If it's... Oh god. Since these are blank, I don't know if that's even... Hold on. A, S, D, F, G, H, J... G. That goes there. I like homing bars over scooped. I don't really like scoop keys that much. Okay, there we go. Let's see. I can touch type, I can't place down keycaps without a guide. That's what the homing bars are for, or scoop keys. Yeah. That's the one downside about finicky sets. Their homing bars are terrible. They're just like not even there. GMK has great homing bars. Ooh. Let's see. I only have palm jelly blanks. Oh, those are nice. I thought about getting those at some point. The palm keycaps sound. I do believe they sound thockier, but I never actually done a comparison myself. But I believe that is the case. The pipe key looks like it's saying lower. Yeah, but I mean, it's not like I can push it up really. That's the thing. So we'll come back to that. Well, I'm just gonna leave this side open for now. How many keyboards do you have? I believe I have like 8 or 9, something like that. I honestly lost count. I don't actually, you know, I'm probably in double digits now. If you count the back and echo, I got probably double digits. But at some point, I'm just gonna give that away. In this channel, on this channel at some point. I'll probably do it on the LCK75 stream. I'll probably give away the back and echo. So tune in for that. But yeah, I think personally I've bought definitely like 8 keyboards at least. I'm not using the long shift, I'm using the short shift. Okay. using the Islander right now. I am also using Islander right now. Yeah, I mean, like, look at these bars. Like, you literally... Okay, the light's too bright, but you can't see them. Let's see. Oh, that sounds pretty nice. Is the G and F key switch? A, S, D, F, G, Jesus. Okay. Gosh. Downside of blank keycaps, I guess. I'm just not paying attention. Thank you for that. Okay. There we go. I believe this uses 1.25s, right? Yep, 1.25s. 1.25. That looks like a 1. What color do I want? I don't have a green yet. I'll use green. Okay. Shorter right shift plus arrows. I can't remember if GMK Dots had color arrow keys or not. I'll just use the gray ones for now. Okay. Okay, we've got my favorite anime, favorite game, favorite keep hat. What's your favorite food? Oh, my favorite food. Man, that is a hard question. I love all foods. I mean, I'm gonna say no. Okay, so first I'm gonna just go by genres, or like not genres. Not genres. Ethnicity. Like I tend to eat a lot of like Japanese food, Korean food, or Vietnamese food. I don't know if I can rank them. I just love all of them. I mean Vietnamese because I'm Vietnamese. Korean food because I guess I just love all Korean food. Japanese food because I like raw fish. Mostly when I eat Japanese food is generally some kind of raw fish. But I mean I do like ramen too. But I tell myself I don't really eat ramen too much. I find it to be a little heavy. Unless you get like shoyu, I guess. Shoyu ramen is great. I would say I do like noodles a lot, so anything like with noodles I love. Like obviously, I gotta love pho because I'm Vietnamese, but pho is great because I can eat pho when it's hot, when it's cold, whenever I'm sick. It's always a good time to eat pho, never a wrong time. Other noodle dishes I like, sometimes, I mean, occasionally I will also eat Thai, and it will always be like some kind of noodle dish plus curry with Leanne. That's what we usually get. It's hard for me to pick one though. But if I really had to pick one, you put a gun to my head, I could eat pho every day. But I just love all sorts of, I guess mostly Asian food. It's usually what I end up eating. Row 1, row 2. Wow, sorry. I'm gonna do this one first. This one will be easier for my brain to comprehend at the moment. Let's see. Row 1, row 2, row 3. 1, 2, 3. No, this is row 1. Row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. Okay. Let's just do... I'm just gonna do this for now. Let's see. Okay. No, I do like banseo. I can't say I love it as much as other foods, to be honest with you, but like, no, it's great. Like, there'll definitely be times where I'm craving a banseo. Because, honestly, like, when you wrap anything, like, either banseo or like sam, or like just even wrapping egg rolls and salad, like, wrapping food is so much fun. And of course, like, dipping it in fish sauce. Fish sauce is fucking great. Love fish sauce. Man. I'm gonna just look up GMK Dots real quick. Pull up the render to just make sure I'm doing this right. These blank keycaps are like messing with my head. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, so let's see. Row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. That's not right. Yeah, I think that's right. And I also need some more row 4s here, which is this one and this one. So pull up that. Okay. Sorry, it's a little wobbly. I have my camera on the Elgato multi-mount that's attached to my desk, and I've noticed that it's on the greatest setup because it gets really wobbly when there's like pressure on my desk. So I don't have any fancy C-stands or anything like that. Maybe I can consider it if I do more top-down stuff. Let's see. Hey Carmelo, thank you. I'm glad you liked the video. Tilios or Rosilios going for that deep thock. I mean, if you're going for thock, you don't want Tilio switches. And I think Rosilios are they silent switches? I think they're silent switches, so they won't really give you that thock. If you want thock, if you want linear thock, get like a Duroc Palm switch. Duroc Palm will give you that thock and lube them with 205G0, and that'll help out with the thock sound. But don't get Tilios. Black inks are also a great choice. I have black ink in here if you want the thock sound. Tilios will not get you there. I mean, like it can, but like generally not really. Sorry, I am row 1, so I need a row 1 here, and in here I have this red one. And then for this one's a row 2, which I can always use this blue one. This one's a row 3, and for this set, row 3 is green, the extra green, which I think is this one. And then row 4, I have choices of a lot of colors, but I'll go with purple. Okay, I still need to figure out what's going on here. So let me just put this away for now. Make sure all this is good though. Okay, I think this column's a little bit messed up, but that's fine. We're just gonna ignore that for now. Let me clean this up, and I'm gonna figure out what's going on with the pipe key and enter key. Okay, so I feel like the enter key is fine. I mean, I don't know if I could do anything. I mean, they're in the slot, so it's not like I can really move it. Maybe I can like push this up a little bit. All right, let's put this here first, see what it looks like. Okay, it is definitely sitting lower, and that sucks. That's why that's happening. All right, well, let me go grab a different switch, see what happens. This is a mauve switch. I actually also use this on what is it with like pipe keys and black inks having issues. On my Mote 80, I had this similar issue with the pipe key being weird, so I tried out using a mauve instead. I wonder if it's because maybe of this ISO compatibility is the reason why. But let's put the mauve in. I mean, I can't move the socket. They're there. So yeah. All right, let's put in this thing. Huh, it still sits a little low. It's a little low. I mean, we'll put the enter key in and see what's up. It is a little bit better. Okay, I think they're like they're just barely not touching. Like, it doesn't look great. I need to figure out what's up. I don't know if it's because of the plate. Yeah, I mean, look, compared to the keys next to it, there's spacing, right? There's basically there's barely any space there, but they're not touching anymore. Oh, I guess a slightly bigger Gateron Black Ink housing really screws with you sometimes here. So that is the one thing about Black Inks to consider. I've had a lot of issues with Black Inks, but we'll just keep the mob there for now. Okay. Before I... Okay, I really want to try screwing this back down again before I make my impressions, because that may play a role in like the typing experience. Let's see. Oof. I wonder if I solder down this Milmax sockets in all the way. Okay, I think they're pretty good. I mean, oh, that one, no. Look at that. That one there is a little bit deeper. Did I push in the keycaps? Oh, I didn't push the keycaps in all the way. That's why. Okay, I'll worry about that in a bit. For now, I really want to get this tighter, but this Allen wrench and tiny screw is kind of a pain. Unless I had a third arm. A third arm would be super useful right now. Okay. See, yeah, it's not closing all the way because I gotta clamp this. I gotta really like clamp this. Oh, see, yeah, it's the camera not focusing on. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this side is the worst. Let me try to do something about this real quick, and then we'll move on to the typing test. Okay. Yeah, the brass black is pretty nice. Okay, that one's going in more, so that's good. Okay. I wonder how much this thing weighs. I can get this, actually, let me get the scale after I'm, this one's not having issues. Let me get the scale after I am done screwing these in and see how much this thing weighs fully built. Man, it would be easier if I just had a screwdriver. I wonder if I have a hex head for a screwdriver. Because I have several screwdriver sets. The one I have next to me does not have one. I just need more grip. Okay. What made you go for the Sunsetter? Couple things. I never had a keyboard with like a macro column, so that's why. That's one. Two, I thought the 2U blocker was very funny, so that's why. Three, the group buy is a bunch of Vietnamese Americans in California, and I want to support. And four, sorry, I'm like blanking out on the fourth reason now. But those are the kind of top three reasons. It's very slippery. Okay, you know what? I think that's good enough. Alright, let me go get the scale real quick. Okay, fully built, the Sunsetter is around 4.2 pounds. And if you're not an American, that is, oh, I thought this is kilograms. I guess not. 6 to 7 ounces. Okay, it does grams. 1,906 grams. So it's a pretty hefty little board. Alright, this is the Sunsetter 65% with 2-column macro roll. Hello, welcome. It is a black Sunsetter with GMK Dots and Gateron Black Ink, except for the one mauve in the pipe key because I was having issues there. With the orange badge, also comes with a polished polished brass badge, excuse me, and a red sun. I chose to go with the orange sun. And yeah, overall, my initial impression is that this is okay. It wiggles the camera. That's unfortunate. There is definitely flex to this keyboard for starters. Let me go this way. Okay. It's a little hard to get the angle right. Wow, this is not working out as nice. Maybe I have to do a side. I mean, don't look at flex on sides, because it's not very representative of the actual like real typing experience, but just on the sides alone, you can tell that there's a lot of flex. And I would say I haven't fully screwed in this keyboard yet. I'm just having too many issues with this tiny Allen wrench. I need to get like something with more grip. Not really showing up on camera too well, I don't think. Maybe because of the wide angle lens, but as I'm pushing down, it's going down. There's a good amount of flex to this, so overall, it's pretty nice. Okay, what is the difference between the B stock and C stock? So the C stock is only, as far as I know, for the white version, because there were some bubble spots from the Eat White process, and I believe they did their best to clean them up with like fine sandpaper or something. But that's why they're being sold as C stock, because there were some bubble markings on them. But they are getting replacements for the original group buy. For original people who entered the group buy and bought white, they're waiting on replacement parts. But for now, they're raffling off the C stock for the white because there was some bubble marks, but they did send them down. The B stock is just like other blemishes that not as big as like the bubbles that the C stock had. Yeah. All right, let's go to this one here. Actually, maybe I can show you what that looks like. I believe it was in Sunsetter Group Buy? I think it was. Aha, here we go. Okay, I don't know how can I make this bigger? Okay, there we go. You see that bubbleness there? Yeah, that's the C stock that they've cleaned up. I don't know how well it was cleaned up, but that is what's being raffled off as the C stock. Okay. Oh, I haven't even plugged in this keyboard in yet. That's a derp. 1 second. Actually, I guess we should just go to VIA real quick, just to double check. Alright, this keyboard is VIA compatible, but it's still, oh, why is it now? Okay, as I say that, is it doing, oh, okay, it is VIA compatible. However, it is the QMK merging thingy-majigger is still taking time. So in the meantime, what you can do actually is go to Discord server, download this JSON file and drag it in, and then it'll work. But you're gonna have to wait until like it's merging with like QMK or whatever for it to all detect. But yeah, it is VIA compatible. Let me just try all these out real quick, just to make sure. Is this the function key? Yeah, it is, okay. Yep. Oh, wait, why is that doing numbers again? What's in the first row? F1. Layer 1 should go F. I don't think that's working. The pen is probably bent. Oh, good thing we don't need it for the typing test. I'll fix that later. Volume up, volume down, mute, and don't mute that. That's the music. And what's this last one? Next. Okay. All right. Cool. Let's pull up. Oops. Control Shift T. Okay. Let me move down the mic a little bit here. Let me double check, make sure it's not too loud. Okay, I think that sounds fine. Let's do the typing test. I have caps lock on. All right. Oh, I need to turn off the music. Okay. I'm gonna get my earbuds too. All right, so this is Gateron Black Inks V1's Lubing 205G0. Has the palm plate and the middle gasket. And here we go. Okay. And do another one, another one for good measure. It's really bouncy, guys. I think I need to screw in the case more, but it is very bouncy. Probably, and that's kind of messing me up. And that's not, I won't say the keyboard fault yet. I'll definitely do like a full review and stuff. Well, not full review. I'm gonna cut down the stream into like a shorter VOD, and then do like my impression at the end. But for now, yeah, it is very, very bouncy. Oops. Ooh. Let me do the modifiers real quick. Wait, what do y'all think about the sound? Overall, I think it sounds pretty good. It's not as, so when I use these black inks on the Mode 80 build, the black inks sounded very clacky on that keyboard with the palm plate and like, I guess like their bottom gasket and whatever. Yeah, this one definitely sounds more what I'm used to in terms of black inks. I think it sounds pretty nice overall. All right, I wonder if one second. Let me pull out my drawer real quick. Yeah, I have the well, I mean, not on the way. I have the LCK75 that I need to build. That's in the box. That's gonna be the next build, and I'll probably stream that one. Oh, sorry, I have a bunch of stuff to work. I'm trying to find a screwdriver that can work with the screws, because the Allen wrench is like not working out for me at all. Let's see. I wonder if, I mean, this one's not gonna work, is it? No, it's not. That one's gonna work. Because I want to try it again to make sure it's screwed in all of the way, but I just need something to hold on to, and this tiny Allen wrench isn't doing it for me. It's not technically the right head, but hey, it fits. That's all that matters, right? Hopefully I won't be stripping any heads or anything. Okay. Let me resume the music real quick. Okay, that is so much so much easier to tighten. Oh, it got stuck. 1 second. There we go. Oh, Jesus. Okay, come on. There we go. And then one more for good measure. Wow, that one was like not in all the way at all. Or it just keeps turning. Okay. Let me take a look. Okay, that is a lot better. It's still not screwing in all the way. That's interesting. I don't want to like strip anything, but there's a bit of a gap. And it's probably the gasket and the gaskets are pushing against each other. So maybe that's fine. No, it's a bit tighter over here. So I'm gonna just keep screwing in, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I'll be soldering the LK75. It's gonna be I guess I'll be a long soldering build considering it's a through-hole build. And yes, it does have a knob. I'll be soldering the USB port and all that good stuff. I bought a flux pen just for that because I heard that you need a flux pen if you're gonna be soldering USB ports. I feel like I'm like stripping away 70 anno on the inside of the screw hole here, but that's fine. And that's stuck. Okay. This is why that's why I don't like screwing in keyboards. I'm gonna do another sound test, don't worry. I just need to fix this. Okay, that's good. That's good. Yep, still got a good amount of flex to it. Okay, let me go ahead and do another sound test. Now I know that everything is screwed down properly. Okay. All right, one more sound test. There you go. All right. Oops. All right. Oof. Yeah, a little scuffed, but here we go. And I'll do the modifiers again for good measure. Oh, let me push that down. That spacebar is a lot louder than the rest of the keys. It's interesting. Oh, you're right, there is a bit of rattling. Huh, what is it with me and like not lubing the left spacebar enough? I don't really hear the rattle ones in the middle though. Okay. Alright, so let's see. Overall, what do I think about this keyboard? Oof, clean this off. Alright, let me just finally clean off the fingerprints here. Yeah. Overall, I do like this keyboard. I mean, first of all, I'm a fan of 65%, but especially when there's a blocker with the arrow keys, or like next to the arrow keys, and I think it's funny that this one just has a 2U blocker, and I think that's like a little bit quirky, and it doesn't really like lose a lot of productivity for me because I don't really like use these modifier keys on the right side. I mostly use modifier keys on the left side, so I appreciate that it has a bit more character to it. The macro columns are are pretty interesting. Like I think, you know, an obvious use case for these is for F keys, F1, F2, 4, 6, 8, 10. But if you actually are maybe like a bit more GMK savvy, you can make these straight into just like macro keys, which I think could be interesting. Or I don't know, maybe you can use some other software. I like the back weight a lot. I think this looks great. It gives the keyboard a nice heft to it. Wasn't too hard to install. The brass weight definitely looks nice. I don't know where my rubber bump-ons are. I need to find those somewhere in the box, I guess. The USB port. Huh. Take a look at the USB port. It's not the cleanest by any means. I mean, there's a good amount of space, but I'm assuming it's there just because it needs to flex right with the gasket mount. It's not a daughterboard connection. The daughterboard allows you to have more of a tight cutout, so this one's a lot bigger. But no, it's fine. I'm not really too picky on the cutout because I don't like look at the cutout, but it does sit pretty flush. Okay, well, that's not focusing. Come on, there we go. It does sit pretty flush. It's not sticking out really. That's good. Yeah, I mean overall it was a pretty simple build. The gaskets were pretty easy to install. You just chuck them on the bottom case and the top case. No issues with the plate or I guess the one issue is, and this is not necessarily the keyboard's fault, I guess. I mean, I had the same thing happen with the Modi. It's what happens when you use Black Inks, which has the larger housing. The pipe key and the enter key were scraping against each other with the black ink, so I replaced the black ink here with the mauve. But like visually, when you look at it, you can see that it's just lower than the rest of the keys around it. So that's a bit jarring. But overall, I'm glad that they're not scraping against each other. And yeah, and if you're interested in picking up this board, extras will be released whenever they're released, and a round 2 will also happen with other colors. And if you're interested in round 2, then you want to join their Discord server, which you can find by going to their website. And there's probably like a Discord link somewhere in here, I think. Okay, you know what? Wow, is there? Yeah, if you go to the About Us page, there's a little link to Discord server, so that's where you get all the updates for a Sunsetter. But yeah, I mean that's all I had today, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I will be moving next week, so I'll be MIA for probably two to 3 weeks. As I like set up the new place, you can kind of see the mess of my den around me. I have like just boxes I've been piling up there, and I just have a lot of packing up and cleanup to do. This is like piles of weird keyboard stuff. But hopefully with the move, I have more room, because right now I'm in like a little den area. It's not that big, so I'm just kind of surrounded by a lot of crap. So I'll be in the place I'm moving into, I'll be in a bedroom, so I'll have a closet where I can just put stuff in. Yeah, thanks guys. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're moving to a pretty cool place. And yeah, so expect a stream of the LCK75. This is probably going to be like a long ass build stream, because it's a through-hole build, so I got solder in all the diodes and whatnot. But maybe it will be a good learning experience for y'all who haven't soldered in like a full PCB and things like that. I haven't, so I'm probably gonna mess up a few times. But yeah, I'll be building this next. And I will be. I'll do a giveaway for the back and nickel during that stream too. Just because, you know, I don't really have a use for it because it's 60%, and I'll throw in the sugar plum with it too. So I'll give away the back and nickel and sugar plum as well, and maybe some other stuff. If I clean up my place and I find stuff that I just like haven't really used or have extras of, I'll give those away too. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, everyone. That's all I had today. Hope you all enjoyed the stream, and I wish you all a great rest of your week.